Hi everybody and welcome to the Open Equity midweek market commentary for the 1st of May. My name's Simon Clark from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing the markets that are moving and of key interest right now. Now the first market I'm going to take a look at here is silver. Now this is the mini futures contract, the YI contract, and if we take a look here on the monthly chart we can see that silver for some time had been in a very strong uptrend. It had reached this sort of level, this 50 level, and then since then, going back into sort of 2011 we're now in a new downtrend. And you can see that price has come down. We've made consistent lower highs, and we've also sort of found support at around this sort of 26 level. And most recently, that level has now been broken. So we've now got a clear, decisive lower high and lower low. Lovely convergence here on the indicators as well, agreeing with this new downtrend. If we come across here to the weekly chart, we can see the context of this trend a lot more detail. So going back into the tail end of last year, we can see that we've just got a clear series of lower highs and lower lows with the ebbs and flows of this market. And we've got our 10, 20 and 50 period moving average now all fanning in the right order as well. We've also got lovely convergence here on the indicators, so on the weekly chart it's all looking very nice for this continuation to the downside. If we come down to the daily chart, and you can see here on the daily chart, if I just zoom this up, we've got this these sort of downtrend here with the lower highs and lower lows, and more recently price has found support at around this sort of 28 level here. And it found support there for quite a period of time. It eventually broke through that level, pulled back to it, and in doing so pulled back to it right into the sell zone there of the moving averages. So a nice sort of trend flow sort of set up there before having a big hard sell-off back down to this sort of 23 level. Now since then price has sort of drifted sideways. We've had a little bit of a pullback and we're right in that sell zone at the moment now, right in between the 10 and the 20 period moving average. We've just got convergence here on the indicators, so they're just agreeing with the current sort of price action. And at the moment, for a few days, we've now got a couple of red candles and we're starting to roll over in the sell zone. So I'm looking for trading opportunities on silver, certainly down to, if I get an entry on this, certainly sort of back down to the sort of 23 area down here, I think is quite safe. So if I come down to these lower time frames, and I'll show you what sort of setup I'm looking for. So here on the 60-minute chart, we can see where prices pull back to, and we can see the sort of pressure now as price is starting to roll over. We've got this level that I've marked in here. It's about the 24 mark here, and you can see that on the 60-minute chart price has found support at this level a number of times. So we've found support here, support here, support here, support here, and now we've suddenly broken through it. So whilst we've broken through this level to make a new low, we've now got nice convergence here on the indicators, indicating convergence on this new downtrend, and our moving averages are starting to roll over now and start to fan in the right order. So we're just pulling back to this level now, and which is what you would expect after it's sort of broken this flat level. So I'm looking for trading opportunities below this 24 level, trend flow opportunities to take advantage of this trend back down to that sort of 23 level at least. So that's the sort of setup that I'm looking there for on silver. Okay, the next market I'm going to take a look at here is Euro Yen. Now if we take a look here at the monthly chart, we can see that most recently we've turned from a downtrend into an uptrend. It's very, very decisive, and we've got a lot of movement here in the yen crosses. Lovely convergence here on the indicators, and this is looking very strong to the upside. Coming down to the weekly chart, we can just see the strength of this trend in a lot more detail. Nice series of higher highs and higher lows, and price now moving up to the high side and sort of testing this 130 level. Coming down here to the daily chart, we can see this bit of price action a bit more clearly, and if I just zoom this up, and what I want to do is just draw a couple of levels in here. So if we just take this sort of 120, well, it's more about what sort of 128 level-ish, where we've got these previous highs, you can see that price has now sort of come, as price has now made a high, it's come back into the buy zone, it's come up. Now we have made a lower high here and now pulled back into this level again, this 128,000 level, found support around this, around the sort of buy zone, and now for the past sort of 3 days we're now getting some nice strong candles and strong buying action to the high side off this flat level. Happens to be in the buy zone. Now at this moment in time we've got the indicators just in agreement, so they're just sort of converging here with the current sort of price action. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for trading opportunities back up to the high side here. Now if I come down to the lower time frames, and I've got a 60-minute chart here, we can see the price action a bit more detail on these lower time frames. We've actually got a flat level here that price has found sort of support and resistance at in the past. It's about 128,000 and a half. You can see that price has tested it here before. It's tested it back through here a couple of times, not quite made it here, and now eventually it's pushed back through this level. So a clear decisive move through this level, just pulling back to this level, and as we know, the expectation is that previous resistance will become support if it's retested, and we're looking for support to be found around here and looking for trend flow trading opportunities to the high side above this level. If we look down at the indicators, we've got nice convergence on the indicators as well with the current move, and we've got our moving averages all starting to roll round and fan out as well. So looks like to me there's going to be some nice potential trend flow trading opportunities on euro yen, to the upside, to take advantage of the next move of this trend. Okay, the last market I'm looking at here today is dollar Swiss. This is a Forex pair, and if we take a look here at the monthly chart, we can see that on the monthly, we've come from a downtrend, we've had a bit of a pullback up to this sort of parity level, tested this parity level, and now since we've tested this parity level, we've now come down and made a low, now a lower high, and now we're back rolling over again. So we can't take a great deal of direction from the monthly at the moment, but if we come along to the weekly chart, we can start to see this price action in a bit more detail, and it's much more helpful if I zoom this up and give you a bit more detail here. So we can see that price action most recently, once we've come up and we've tested this 1000 level, we've now made a nice clear series of general sort of lower highs and lower lows, but the most important thing here of interest to me is this level here, this 9300 level, which we can see that price has tested numerous times before. So we found support and resistance at this level through price multiple times. At the moment, price has come up, we've made a high, we've made a low, breaking underneath it, now a lower high, and now we're breaking back underneath it again. The MACD started to roll over, and so is the RSI as well. So if we come down to the lower time frames, I'll start to show you the sort of thing that I'm looking for. So here on the daily chart, we can just see this price action a bit more clearly. Decisive break underneath this 9300 level rather, and current day we've come back up, retested this level, and it's the market's rejecting off it as well. Nice convergence here on the indicators, so indicators all in agreement with the current sort of price action. And just looking really at the other sort of opportunities, or where the next sort of support and resistance level is, the next one is really sort of down here underneath the sort of 92 sort of 50-ish area down the bottom here. That's probably the next level of any kind of potential support and resistance, and then below that we've probably got sort of looking down to around this sort of 9200 level down here. Now where I'm looking at where I'm seeing the opportunities is really on these lower time frames. So I've got here the 120 chart, which is a 2-hour chart. We can see this sort of current price action a lot more clearly. It's just a clear decisive trend to the downside. Nice series of lower highs and lower lows. moving averages all fanning in the right order, and just recently price has pulled back into the sell zone right around that 9300 level, and it hasn't been able to rally above it. It's just sold off directly, and again, that's right in the sell zone again, and we've got lovely convergence here on the indicators too. So what I'm just looking for is I'm looking for trend flow trading opportunities underneath this 9300 level and trading it to the short side. So that concludes the midweek market outlook and potential trading opportunities to look out for. I'd like to thank you for watching the Open eCry midweek market commentary and look forward to speaking to you next week. Bye for now.